I used to believe all the negative things I heard about aging. You're past your prime, they said. Don't expect much now, they warned. And for a while, I listened. I stopped signing up for new things. I let the aches and grey hairs dictate how I saw myself. I believed growing older meant growing smaller, shrinking dreams, shrinking energy, shrinking relevance. But then something changed. One day, a friend, 77 years old, invited me to her pottery class. I laughed. "At your age?" I asked, half joking. She smiled. "At my age," she said with a twinkle in her eye, "I've finally stopped caring what anyone thinks, and I'm more alive now than ever." That sentence stayed with me. It made me question everything I thought I knew about aging. What if the problem isn't aging itself, but the myths we carry about it? That's what today's video is all about. I'm going to walk you through 9 common myths about aging that so many of us have been told, and why it's time to let them go. These myths may seem harmless, but they shape how we see ourselves and how we live. So if you've ever felt limited by your age, if you've ever wondered whether your best years are behind you, this video is for you. If something resonates with you today, please subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, because your journey doesn't end at 60. It evolves. And tell me in the comments, what's one thing about aging that surprised you, for better or for worse? Let's start with perhaps the biggest myth of all. Your best years are behind you. If you've heard that before, or even thought it about yourself, you're not alone. Our culture has this strange obsession with youth, as if life peaks in your 30s and just coasts downhill from there. But the truth, that idea couldn't be more wrong. Think about Laura Ingalls Wilder. She didn't publish her first Little House book until she was 65. Or Grandma Moses, who picked up a paintbrush at age 78 and became one of the most celebrated American folk artists. Colonel Sanders. He launched KFC in his 60s after a lifetime of failed ventures. Even Ronald Reagan didn't become president until age 69. These people didn't ignore their age. They used it. They built on decades of experience, wisdom, and resilience to do something remarkable at a time when others might have told them to slow down. The truth is, aging isn't a decline, it's a shift. Yes, your energy may change. Your pace may be different, but the possibilities still endless. You're not over the hill, you're at the top of it. You've climbed with sweat and strength, and now you get to see further than ever before. This is your chance to ask, what do I want this next chapter to look like? Because it's still being written, and you hold the pen. So let's stop asking, how old are you? And start asking, what's next for you? Another myth we need to toss out. Declining health is just part of getting older. There's nothing you can do. That's not just discouraging, it's dangerous, because it convinces people to give up control over their well-being. Yes, aging comes with changes, but health decline is not a guaranteed outcome. In fact, many chronic conditions that impact older adults, like heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure, can be prevented, managed, or even reversed through lifestyle choices. Let me introduce you to Mary, a 72-year-old retired teacher. A few years ago, her doctor warned her she was on the verge of type 2 diabetes. Instead of giving in, she made a simple promise to herself to walk for 30 minutes every morning and swap soda for water. Within 6 months, her blood sugar normalized, and she felt better than she had in years. Mary didn't need a miracle. She needed movement. She needed nourishment. She needed encouragement. Here's what matters most: nutrition, whole foods, leafy greens, lean protein, healthy fats, less sugar, movement, walking, swimming, stretching, even dancing in the kitchen, every bit counts. Connection, friends, family, faith groups, all essential for emotional and mental health. And don't forget regular checkups. Prevention is powerful. It's time to reclaim the narrative. You're not a passive passenger in your health, you're the driver. And every healthy choice you make is a vote for more vibrant days ahead. So don't wait for a diagnosis to change course. Start today, because you're not too old, it's not too late, and your body is still listening. One of the most limiting myths about aging is this: it's too late to try something new. Let's pause right there. Who decided that? And why do we keep repeating it? Here's the truth. New beginnings don't have an expiration date. In fact, later life is the perfect time to rediscover passions. Try things you've always been curious about, or even surprise yourself with something completely out of your comfort zone. Consider this. A retired engineer I once met took up drumming at 70. He joined a community band and played in his very first concert at 72 with a grin that stretched ear to ear. He told me, "I haven't felt this alive since I was 20. Whether it's painting, gardening, traveling, dancing, or writing that book you've always had in mind, your later years are rich with opportunity. You finally have something most people in their 30s don't: time and perspective. You can also give back in powerful ways through volunteering, mentoring, or community involvement. These acts don't just help others, they heal and uplift. You don't think of it as starting over, think of it as starting fresh, with decades of wisdom in your corner. This is your time to explore, to play, to grow, not to shrink. Because one of the most beautiful things about aging is that you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You get to choose what lights you up and follow it fully. Another myth that quietly creeps into the minds of many seniors is this: older people are fragile, forgetful, and less valuable. Sound familiar? It's a damaging stereotype, and it couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is, aging doesn't make you invisible or irrelevant. In many ways, it makes you stronger, deeper, and wiser. But society often overlooks that truth. Too many movies, ads, and headlines paint a picture of seniors as helpless or out of touch. Let's change that, starting with how you see yourself. You are not a stereotype. You're a collection of stories, lessons, trials, and triumphs. Every wrinkle has been earned. Every grey hair is proof that you've endured and grown. You bring something to the world no one else can: your lived experience. If someone calls you too old, remember, that's just their fear talking, not your reality, and you're not alone in this. Across the world, seniors are speaking out, starting businesses, running marathons, raising grandkids, and changing lives. They're not exceptions, they're examples. Representation matters. So does your voice. Share your thoughts. Be seen, be heard. Be you, fully and unapologetically. You've earned the right to live your truth, not someone else's version of what aging should look like. So step out of the shadows of assumption and step into the light of your own uniqueness. Let's talk about one of the most harmful myths that too many people silently believe. Loneliness is just part of getting older. It's not. Yes, life changes, friends move, loved ones pass, routines shift, but loneliness is not inevitable. It's a signal, a reminder that at any age we are wired for connection. In fact, research shows that seniors with active social lives tend to live longer, experience less depression, and maintain sharper memory. Community isn't just a nice thing, it's a lifeline. So if you've ever felt isolated, here's the good news. You can reach out, and you'll be surprised by how many others are longing for the same connection. Here are a few ways to start. Join a walking club or book group. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Reconnect with an old friend, or make a new one at a community center. Attend church or spiritual gatherings that nourish your soul. And don't overlook the beauty of intergenerational friendships. Spending time with younger people isn't just energizing for them, it's enriching for you. You have wisdom to share and stories they need to hear. Your presence in a community matters. Whether it's big or small, in person or online, every genuine connection adds color and meaning to your days. So don't retreat. Reach out. There is still so much life to be shared, and you're a vital part of it. Let's quickly bust 3 more myths that sneak into everyday conversations. 1. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Wrong. Your brain is always learning. In fact, learning new skills, like playing an instrument or picking up a new language, can actually slow memory loss and strengthen cognitive function. Neuroplasticity doesn't retire. 2. Technology is for young people. Tell that to the 74-year-old grandmother running her own Etsy shop, or the grandpa who FaceTimes his grandkids every weekend. More seniors than ever are embracing technology and using it to stay informed, engaged, and connected. 3. Love and intimacy fade with age. Not at all. Emotional connection, romance, and even physical intimacy can deepen with time. Trust, experience, and emotional maturity create a rich foundation for love to flourish. Bottom line, age is not a barrier. It's a bridge to deeper relationships, smarter choices, and unexpected joy. Let's end where we began, with the truth you were never told. Aging is not something to fear. It's something to wear with honor. You've made it through decades of joy, loss, love, and learning. That is no small thing. You've climbed mountains others haven't even seen. You've survived what once felt impossible. You've grown, stretched, forgiven, let go, and held on. So let the world say what it will. Let commercials chase youth. Let headlines glorify being 25. But you've earned your gray hairs. You've earned your rest and your resilience. You've earned the right to walk into every room, knowing who you are and what you stand for. Aging doesn't erase your light, it refines it. You are not declining, you are deepening. You are not fading, you are focusing. So lift your head, stand tall, smile deeply. And remember, you are not over the hill. You're standing on top of it, seeing farther than ever before. If this video helped you see aging in a new light, please tap the like button and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, where we believe your best years are still unfolding. Comment below, what's one myth about aging you've stopped believing, or one you're ready to let go of today? We'd love to hear your story.